Influence marketing. 2 words that, like, what's trending and 50,000 followers tell you right away you're in 2016. The ever-growing power of social media influencers and their versatile marketing platforms will be explored a week from tomorrow when the BRIC series welcomes a panel of leading-edge creators.
Well, more and more entrepreneurs have been turning to social influencers to grow their brands, and we want to welcome one of the BRIC panelists, graphic designer, creative, and model from lovefola.com, Folashade Adeoso. Welcome to BK Live. And we also have with us Max Robbins. He's the president and executive director of the Center for Communication, who also happens to be a featured partner for this BRIC evening.
Indeed.
Thanks for being here, Max.
Thank you.
Welcome. So Max, let's start with you. Why is it so important to look at social media in terms of branding?
It's essential. If you want to reach the people you want to reach, that's how your audience, that's how your consumer, your potential customer, your viewer, that's how they're communicating with each other. If you're not there, you're nowhere.
So I wanted to know from you, Folashade, you're on the other side. You're like walking the walk. How does one go from like your 5 friends saying cool picture to really becoming a brand that company would want to align themselves with?
I think one, for me, it's knowing yourself and what you stand for and just keeping that tight. It's easy on social media to be like want to sway to all different areas, but if you just have a niche and stick to that niche, it really helps with creating a brand. And with that niche, you know, people's like, oh, okay, this person's doing something really cool. You know, it's not like, oh, this person is confusing and it's doing all these many things. Nothing wrong with that.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, it's almost stay in your lane and brand that and make that authentic as possible.
And so they come to you at first for the brand, right? That they, you know, become familiar with and see you for that thing. They see you for that niche. But then eventually you come to influence the people that are following you. And that's this whole idea of social influencers. So how do you then make that leap, and where does that come from?
I think it's having the voice. So when I say voice, having, like, they see something in me, like corporate companies will see something in me, and I think it's the voice that I have and what I tell on my platform, the stories that I tell, my personal life, and just, you know, people are influenced by that in the sense where it's, okay, this is Fola, she cares about subject A, B, and C, you know, and that brand, I don't really collaborate with brands that don't like, who are not aligned with me.
Gotcha.
So I think that's where my influence comes in to play.
And they contact you, you contact them?
It works both ways.
Both
Sometimes,
ways.
like, I've gotten contacted, and there's times where it's like, okay, I'm very interested in this brand. They may not know about me. I can't say I'm here with 75,000 followers that people know about, like the whole world knows about me. So I do the reaching out as well. Yeah.
So
and build those relationships.
How is this beneficial on both sides? Because I was just reading a thing in Time magazine about a kid in South America who plays video games, and he has more followers than Beyonce and Lady Gaga combined. And they're like, he's the most famous person you've never heard of. So how does it translate in the real world for people who are the most famous people you never heard of?
Well, I think that these brands, what they're really looking for is that authenticity. I think it's really important that you mention that. That's the key word. So they're going to be out there and say, "Wow, who's this?" If it's that kid who has hundreds of millions of followers watching him, this commentary on video games, on Minecraft or something. How does that? Who his audience is, his community? How is that going to? How are they going to marry it with their brand? Is it the same community they're going after?
And does it really translate into money at the end of the day? Because like if corporate calls you, they want to see a return. It's not because you got good lipstick. They want some money back on the thing. Is that a proven business model?
Well, yeah, I think it is in a sense. I mean, one of the things now in the realm of social media, where if they're looking at something you're producing for a brand, they can say, "We've got that many click-throughs," and they can also be going. They can also be going like, "Well, how many people are going on to Amazon to buy A or B or C?"
Link after.
Or where's that T-shirt, or where's that or how did that film open, whatever it is.
Yeah, so the currency, as it were, and we'll be talking about this later, is not strictly money anymore. It's those clicks, it's those shares, it's the passing on of information. So tell me, Fola, do you combine your like branding posts with your personal posts, or do you have a separate thing where you do things to kind of share things for these partners, or has it all become combined?
It's one combined platform, but I do have a separate platform for my graphic design. So like I do post it on my personal and branding page, but then I do it as an art gallery on an Instagram. I call it Instagram art gallery, so you can just see it all at once. So you can really focus on that for those people who really just want to focus on my art. So they have that. But yeah, I combined it. I think one of the reasons why I've been torn, like, do I want to do separate Instagram accounts? But then that means I'm going to have to manage 3.
Right.
You know, I'm like, okay, no, people are in it for me. People love Fola. So it's just like, hey, why separate that? Why separate my interests? Why separate my work when I'm all of it? So
Max, why did the center choose to co-sponsor this BRIC Flix event next Wednesday? What are you hoping people take away from this evening with influencers?
Well, it was a no-brainer for us. I mean, the Center for Communication, we're a nonprofit, and our mission is really to connect people in the real world who are doing it with undergrads, graduate students, maybe young professionals in their first job who might aspire to be the next social media influencer, and how do you get from point A to point B. So there was just a great deal of interest from our community, and we said, wow, let's go find the best people, which I think we have.
Absolutely.
Is there a formula, or is this, I guess now maybe it is something more akin to a formula, because maybe before a few years ago you could sort of fall backwards into being an influencer. But if there was a roadmap to getting there, to getting the click-through, to getting the followers, number one, we have being authentic. What else would you suggest that people feel like, you know what, I only care about potato salad, and I'm going to write the best post about that potato salad and be authentic? What's the path, you think?
I also think it's how you display. Everything, of course, is visual.
Yeah.
And I realized that, like, either if I'm traveling or whatever the case may be, like, people want to see the visuals behind it. So if you have the best visuals of your potato salad, you know, then it plays a big role into that. You know, you can't have like a sloppy potato salad like photo on Instagram. It looks gross, you know. But if you have something that looks pretty, or you know, it does make a big deal. I've tested it out myself on my Instagram as well, so it's like
pretty potato salad.
Exactly.
You just reminded me of something, you know, and speaking about authenticity too, is like when do the lines blur, right? I mean, so you have your potato salad that you made and you wanted to take a photo of, but then you're like, this pea's out of place, this isn't happening, I'm gonna switch this around a little bit to make it a prettier thing for the fans.
Potato salad?
It just came to mind. I don't put peas in my potato salad. But I think there's a danger in losing authenticity, right? When you become a brand and you want to make sure that everything is super beautiful. You know, you take 20 different versions of the same photo and then maybe you're editing them as well so that they kind of stay in line with this beauty of it, right? And then, but then that's got to be a little dangerous.
And I think that's why I don't separate my personal from my work, because then I'll have like a post where it becomes super personal, like, hey guys, I'm not doing that great today, what is your advice for someone like me that's facing adversity? You know, so I become personal, but then I have my work on there as well, which is the pretty and the gritty all at once.
The pretty and the
Pretty
gritty.
and the gritty. I love that.
Redfola.com. Thank you guys for coming down. So it is Wednesday the 19th?
Actually, it is. Right here at BRIC on the 19th, 7 p.m.
All right, so we'll
Wonderful.
see you 7 p.m. on the stoop. Thanks for being here.
We look forward to it.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Thanks for joining.